Good morning. Bayern breeze through to the Champions League final. Yes, they look unstoppable at the moment, don't they? Bayern Munich beat Lyon last night to get to an 11th Champions League final. They've already won their domestic league and the German Cup, and they put 8 goals past Spanish giants Barcelona in the quarter-finals. Well, as we mentioned, Barcelona lost 8-2 to Bayern in the quarter-finals, but their new manager Ronald Koeman says things are going to be very different under his. Well, both Dutch national teams are looking for new managers. Sarina Wiegman will take over from Phil Neville as England women's head coach next September. Now, the biggest golf tournament to be staged in Britain this year is just getting underway about now. The Women's Open at Royal Troon, with 144 players from 32 countries taking part. And it's a much-needed boost for the women's game, which has been hit quite hard by the pandemic. Georgia tees off just after 8 o'clock. Now, England's cricketers will be watching the weather reports very closely indeed. They start their third and final test match against Pakistan at Southampton tomorrow, and they'll be hoping for clearer skies than last time around. Only a day and a half's play was possible in the second test because of rain and bad light. So, the England and Wales Cricket Board are considering starting play half an hour earlier if required, and the England coach Chris Silverwood supports the idea. Well, the reason start time is usually at 11 o'clock is to allow time for crowds to get to the grounds. Obviously, that's not a factor at the moment, so he is right, it does make sense.
Jane, thank you.
Good morning. Ruthless Bayern Munich book their place in the Champions League final. Good morning. Yes, we start with the Champions League because Bayern Munich are just brushing everyone aside in that competition. They beat Lyon 3-0 last night to get to the final for the 11th time. Now, the weather is likely to play a big part in the Women's Open, which is currently underway at Royal Troon. It's the biggest golf tournament to be staged in Britain this year, with 144 players from 32 countries taking part. Well, Georgia tees off just after 8 o'clock this morning, and you can watch the highlights tonight at 11:30 on BBC Two. Now, is it time to shake up Test cricket? You may remember only a day and a half's play was possible in England's second test against Pakistan because of rain and bad light. Well, there's a chance that the traditional start time of 11 o'clock could be brought forward by half an hour if the weather intervenes again in the final test, which starts tomorrow in Southampton. Cricket writer George Dougall says things cannot go on as they are. Well, the pandemic's forced a lot of sports governing bodies to rethink the way they do things. This could be the catalyst for cricket to do the same. Naga and Charlie, back to you.
Jane.
Yes, it's lovely because it's her 40th British Open, which is lovely. However, Dame Laura Davies, the godmother of golf, she's having a shocker. She was at one point 8 over through 7. She's pulled a shot back, so she's on 7 over through 8, but still not great. However, England's Georgia Hall has just teed off for her first round at the Women's Open at Royal Troon. It's the biggest golf tournament to be staged in Britain this year. Well, let's take to football now, and Bayern Munich are brushing everyone aside in the Champions League. They beat Lyon 3-0 last night to get to the final for the 11th time. Well, Barcelona lost 8-2 to Bayern in the quarter-finals, but their new manager Ronald Koeman says things are going to be very different under his tenure. And that's your sport. Back to you, Charlie.
Very good, Jane.